world of Valaya, an extraordinary space that was launched recently by one of India's first and foremost couturiers, Valaya. After 30 long years in the fashion business, with perhaps hundreds of collections, photography, divergent design businesses, and home decor, Valaya launched this space that is a boutique for bespoke garments, an atelier for grooms and brides, a jewellery studio, a museum and exhibition space, an archival library. Nestled in its walls, on its floors, in its antique jamawars, are crafts, techniques, minds and memories from the India of the past that speak to the India and the globe of the present. Longevity is a compelling idea, especially in fashion, because it relies so much on change and trendiness, but that's what makes it equally complex. And while decadence has always been synonymous with the Valaya brand, it's perhaps worth asking JJ, as he's fondly known in the industry, what does he want his legacy to be? And if a space as decadent and opulent as this is even commercially viable in this day and age.
"30 years of being in the trade, and especially being a part of all the action ever since it began in India, has been one evolutionary journey. And I've always been a greedy guy. I've never sort of decided that this is the particular kind of look that I'm going to indulge myself in, and I will not look left or right and just keep focusing on that. But we do have this tagline which goes very well with my ethos, which is the royal nomad. But in my case, with the penchant for art deco. So if you look at everything and anything that I do, be it clothes or spaces or jewelry, accessories, whatever, these three traits of these three would always be found. There's a definite royal twist, very evident. I love the contradiction of nomadic ruggedness, which I throw in to contradict, and to me contradiction is beauty. And then of course I've always believed in that magical era of the art deco. Well, I've been through a roller coaster ride, and my learnings have been purely from my own experiences. There was a time when, while we were creating some of the most beautiful wedding clothes, some people came and said that, why don't you do this or something else also, in addition. Listening to them was perhaps my biggest mistake, because when I tried to do something wherein my mission was to please everybody, I ended up pleasing nobody. And that is, I think, one of the core lessons that I've learned in life, that if you have a particular DNA that you believe in, which comes naturally to you, which is a part ingrained in who you are, the expression of that is going to be the one that will succeed. So, bottom line for anybody, actually, this is like advice giving time, but if I were to share my biggest lesson, it is that believe in what you do. You won't get everybody as your clients, but the ones who you do will swear by you. For me to actually tell anybody to watch out for certain things in the space would require a complete day, because there are just so many elements, so much detail, pushing every little detail, every little design to the nth level, that unless you spend a fair amount of time here, standing and taking in the space, and then discovering, newer things within it, you'll miss them. So it's all a game of detail. And so when people come here for the wedding clothes, which is of course the primary reason why most of my clients come here, they relate to a certain ethos, and then they amble into another room and discover that ethos can also be applied to living spaces. Then they sort of again amble and look at the walls and see a complete series of photography which resonates with the same, DNA. The first thing is, there are amazing advantages of being a Fauji kid, and that's who I am. I don't have a business background. I'm still not a businessman. I have a Fauji background, but that taught me some incredible lessons. We move every 2 to 3 years. We let go of old friends and we go ahead and make new ones only to let go of them again after, next 2 years. We move homes, we pack every 2 years, sit in trains with our trunks and travel to a completely new city in a completely different part of the country. What this teaches you is a lot of resilience. It teaches you adaptability, and it teaches you that, you have to fit in wherever you are. And this was my game. When I started, I was this army kid in Chandigarh, studying to be a chartered accountant. Nightmare, I never wanted to do that. I knew it had to be something creative, had no idea what I wanted to do. And in 1989, when I joined NIFT, fashion had just about begun. But when I got into it, it kind of seeped every pore of my body. So the only thing I believe which guarantees success is that you cannot lie to yourself, and you have to believe in what you do. Once you do that, then do not look left or right. The only way to look is in front. I've stopped running the rat race a long time back because I believe what I do is unique. I would like to take that, if you ask me my legacy, I want to take that to the nth level, that even after the man goes, but the brand survives,